Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante. My name is Graham Elwood. Guess what, Gulf States? Ron Placone and I are coming to you March 10th through the 13th. Lafayette, Louisiana, Oxford, Mississippi, Pensacola, Florida, and the Big Easy, New Orleans. Get your tickets at grahamelwood.com. Stay in Your Lane Comedy Show, March 23rd at the beautiful Corbin Bowl in lovely Tarzana, California. Then we're coming to Texas, you guys. April 12th through the 15th, Ron and I are coming to Fort Worth, Houston, San Antonio, and Austin, Texas. Again, all of the tour dates are at grahamelwood.com. If you're getting your news on YouTube because you get fancy graphics like this, I don't think CNN can afford a graphic like that, can they? I don't think they can. This was donated by Patreon supporter Eric House. For $5 a month, you can be a Patreon member. And guess what? You get to donate articles like this. You get to support the show. You're not just supporting the show financially. You're also bringing information to me, which then I can push out to everybody else. You're all political vigilantes. Donald and Ivanka Trump donated thousands to Kamala Harris as she rose in California politics. Not surprising. Now, you could make the argument, oh, of course, they just gave her a little bit of money, or, some big Kamala Harris supporters have said that, like about Steve Mnuchin, like, oh, he only gave a little bit of money. I don't know why everyone's blah, blah, blah. Well, Trump used to donate a lot to the Democrats. And then around 2010, 11, he stopped and he started going exclusively Republican, probably because he started to think, I'm going to run for president. But Kamala Harris, she's taken a lot of money from the big corporate machine. Donald Trump and his daughter Ivanka repeatedly donated to Kamala Harris during her rise in California politics. Remember now, she started as a lawyer. She was a district attorney in San Francisco. And then she became attorney general of the state of California. And then now senator. And now she's running for president. Just boom, 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 boom. Supporting the Democratic Center as she was vied to become the state's top cop, a new report has revealed the president first donated to Miss Harris in 2011, and she was running for attorney general. That's also the year that Steve Mnuchin donated to her campaign when she was running for attorney general. That donation amounted to $5,000. He then donated another $1,000 to her re-election campaign in 2013. Washington newspaper McCaddy reported on Monday. Ivanka Trump also donated thousands of dollars to the Democratic senator. In 2014, she donated a reported $2,000 to Miss Harris' re-election efforts. I'm sure someone could, oh, well, look, if I wanted to discredit somebody, like I donate to Trump, and oh, he's taking money from this hippie comedian who surfs with Putin or whatever, right? I could just do that as a strategy. Now, she claims she took the money and donated it to like a Central American relief organization. All right. The president's donations, her previous campaigns, in a statement to McClatchy, they know Ms. Harris eventually donated the total sum of Mr. Trump's contributions to a nonprofit Central American advocacy group. Okay. I'm sure she did. I'm sure she did. And you can make the argument, oh, she can't control who donates to her campaign. All right. But they donated to her campaign because, look at her. Private prison money, putting a lot of people of color behind bars. That sounds like she's a fine Republican. Just like most centrist Democrats are really good Republicans. They're what the Republican Party was 30 years ago. The Republican Party is now just out to lunch, but that's who centrist Democrats are. They're Republicans. Despite occurring donations from wealthy donors through her political career, Ms. Harris managed to raise an impressive $1.5 million in donations within the first 24 hours of launching her White House bid against Mr. Trump, with the average donation accounting to less than $40, according to her campaign. So this is what their campaign is trying to do, because Bernie Sanders has done it without big corporate PAC money, and he's done it at $27 at a time. So this is them trying to say, see, the working people are with her too. That's what they're trying to get you to say. I, of course, and you should too, just go to opensecrets.org. It's a non-for-profit organization that tracks where people get their money because it is a matter of public record where you get your campaign donations from. It's a matter of public record. So you just go there and then type in Kamala Harris and you're going to see this. These are the industries she gets. Lawyers and law firms, individuals, $76,000 in PAC money. Were they retired? Oh, okay. Entertainment industry, securities and investment. That's our boy Steve Mnuchin. Real estate. So this is just one. When you type in her name, this whole sheet comes up. What kind of lawyers and law firms? You see this? And then look at the sectors. This is the sort. Now, this is not her presidential campaign because it's just been launched. So this is her campaign committee from 13 to 18. Small contributions, it represents 34%. Large individual contributions is 57%. And I did an article on this. This is her. She is claiming to, she's doing a lot of this thing that a lot of centrist Democrats, a lot of corporate Democrats are trying to pretend they're progressives. So she said, I don't take corporate money. Well, what this is, these large individual contributions, many of them are from people like Steve Mnuchin or the private prison industry or big pharma, whatever. See, that's what they do. So then, I'm just a private citizen giving a candidate $10,000 of my money. Well, I work for this big corporation and then I sit that candidate down because for 10 grand or 20 grand, I get to meet them one-on-one for the lunch. That's all. If you go to those big donation things. Well, Bernie Sanders he raised like $4 million in 2 days, all from small donations. All from small donations. And he polls the best with people making $50,000 a year or less. Democrats, people who call themselves Democrats that make over $100,000 a year, don't like Bernie Sanders. But this is how they do this. And then she still gets, so she can always say, I only get 4% from the PACs. But this is the number you got to really pay attention to. Large individual contributions. These are CEOs. These are top-level people. And if you want to know what Kamala Harris is really about, watch this.
Okay, so I say with all love and warmth that part of the concern also for people who are progressive thinking and liberal-minded, or just progressive thinking in terms of just fix it, is that we all have these posters in our closet.
You don't.
That is attached to a stick that we sometimes will card out when we're talking about criminal justice policy and those statistics that you first heard when we opened it up, incarceration. And we run around with these signs.
You don't.
Build more schools, less jails. Build more schools, less jails. And we walk around everywhere. Build more schools. We protest. Build more schools, less jails.
You don't do this.
Put money into education, not prisons. There's a fundamental problem with that approach, in my opinion. And it's this. I agree with that conceptually, but you have not addressed the reason I have 3 padlocks on my front door.
No, I just did. You just addressed why we need more schools. The reason you have 3 padlocks on your $1 million mansion is because if we had more schools, rich, privileged cop, then we wouldn't need more prisons. I know that's a little weird for you to digest because the private prison industry gives you money, Kamala. I know that's hard to oh man. So you have to do this disgustingly condescending, we all get our little signs and posters. Can you imagine if a white male Republican did that? This is the face, this is the diversity of the ruling class. This is what the ruling class, as she is a member of, does. The ruling class puts this out and goes, see, diversity. Woman of color. First ever this, first that, first. And she makes this is a disgusting speech. Get a little sound. We keep saying we. No, you don't protest those things. You're getting money from the Trumps and Steve Mnuchin and the private prison industry and Big Pharma. That's where you get your money. Wall Street wants you to be president. They want you or Joe Biden to be president. Because if Bernie Sanders is president, that's not going to be good for Wall Street. He made Jeff Bezos pay his employees from a horrible, like a awful wage to a kind of okay wage. Bernie Sanders forced him to make his people get $15 an hour. Do you have a problem with that? I have 3 locks on my door. Really? In your gated community? Where do you live? Oh, you live in the city of San Francisco. If we had more schools, so you just said that your solution is more prisons. You just said that in the most disgusting, condescending manner. It's not surprising that Trump's back her. They're like, oh, she's one of us. Because that's the deal. She's part of the ruling class. Now, she doesn't say grab them by the pussy. She doesn't call countries shitholes. But she says this is offensive to me. She's mocking you if you want more schools. More schools, yes, pensions. She just mocked you. She just mocked you to your face. Go to the Patreon page, folks. Patreon.com/Graham Elwood. We're getting close in the next month to another studio upgrade thanks to you folks. You're supporting the channel. You're all political vigilantes because you know that this is bullshit listening to these people. And that's why you don't watch MSNBC and watch them flaunt her like she's the next anointed one. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris 2020. Get ready for that ticket, kids. Get ready for that ticket. Because they're going to try to jam that down our throats. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, watch the ads. When you click skip ad, I don't get paid. And if they're for awful corporations, just be happy knowing that this awful corporation is supporting this liberal, hippie, surfer, comedian, socialist. Thanks for watching.